Hello, my name is Analyse Sosa, and this is my COM225 policy speech. The purpose of my speech is to persuade members of agencies of the U.S.'s Department of Labor to provide more flexible work schedules. Today's work culture institutes a work till you die mentality. A commentary on the statement by Gallup states, the sustained drain on employees' emotional reserves, which they experience at work, leads the employees to emotionally distance themselves from their work and worsens both their health and their performance. This could speak volumes about how the traditional 5-day work week is failing its employees. Despite their growing need for improved work-life balance, employees today are caught in the grip of rigid schedules, which only enforces more stress than productivity. The question is, why do we continue with a system that clearly does not support the well-being of its workers? The well-being of employees is more than just an emotionally driven ideal. It's directly tied to performance. As Alex Payne, author of Rest, Why You Get More Work Done When You Work Less, puts it, the secret to peak performance is not about working longer and harder, it's about working smarter and taking the time to rest. Flexible work schedules can help create a healthier, more productive environment. Instead of leaving employees with schedules that only inhibit their potential to do more with their lives, we need to create schedules that create a culture where workers are able to recharge, balance professional and personal lives, and overall benefit from their schedule rather than be hindered by it. The traditional 5-day work week creates enormous stress on its employees. This can manifest in different ways. When employees are burned out from long work hours, their ability to communicate and work effectively is directly impacted. According to the American Psychological Association, burnout not only affects the physical and emotional well-being of employees, but also hampers their ability to communicate effectively in the workplace. When employees are mentally fatigued, they become more disengaged. While at work, and are less likely to contribute meaningfully or collaborate effectively. The quote that I mentioned at the beginning from Gallup shows how from overworking, it can worsen both health and performance at work. Emotional distancing and worsened well-being of employees directly impact their performance, showing the negative sides of strict and exhausting work schedules. Oftentimes, because of strict schedules, employees are unable to employ and give the proper attention to their families or to themselves. Even just by looking at a lot of media, you can see just how normalized the idea of parents coming home late and barely having enough time to spend with their families is. But this is nowhere near an exaggeration, and it is real life for a lot of families. My own parents struggled for years with school pickups and drop-offs between me and my siblings all going to different schools, often having to rely on a lot of other people. And just from my own experience, I have been able to see how strict schedules can hinder and hurt families, especially in cases where some people don't have as many opportunities as I did. If humanity's mental health rapidly declining during a golden era of progress and prosperity, it would present one of the greatest paradoxes of our time. Another quote by Gallup. A lot of people's unhappiness is directly tied to feelings of discomfort or feeling of loss of control over their lives. Despite what may seem like great success in the eyes of those on the outside, it often comes at the expense of those who make it happen in the first place. And further, still, people's mental well-being has been worsening in the last 10 years. The number of people expressing stress, sadness, anxiety, anger, or worry has been on the rise, reaching its highest level since Gallup surveys began. Another quote by Gallup. The emotions described can be more dangerous than people may expect. An excess amount of stress, anxiety, and anger are oftentimes related to numerous health issues. This can include depression, sleep problems, high blood pressure, etc. What may seem to be small and important things can result in things that can affect you for a lifetime. Flexible schedules directly reduce stress and exhaustion by allowing employees to have more flexibility in their places of work will directly reduce stress and exhaustion by showing employees how to allowing employees to manage their work hours in a way that fulfills their personal needs. With less pressure and more control over their schedules, employees can rest more effectively and approach new tasks with renewed energy. As we've seen, exhaustion leads to disengagement, poor communication, and less effective teamwork. By giving employees the flexibility to have some sort of say in their schedule, they are enabled to perform at higher levels, improving both their productivity and collaboration with others. Strict work schedules often disrupt the balance between professional and personal life, leading to strained relationships and reduced well-being. Flexible work options such as remote work or adjustable hours make it possible for employees to better attend to personal obligations, spend more time with family, and focus on their own self-care. And for many, the stress of rigid schedules and long hours results in the inability to give sufficient time to their families or personal well-being. By offering flexibility, employees are empowered to strike a healthier balance, which not only improves their happiness, but also their overall effectiveness in the workplace. As we've seen, high levels of stress, anxiety, and burnout are directly linked to declining mental and physical health. Over time, these feelings can develop into serious conditions like depression, sleep disorders, or even cardiovascular problems. Flexible schedules can alleviate many of these stressors by allowing employees to rest when needed and avoid the emotional and physical toll that comes from overly rigid work hours. By providing time for employees to recharge, whether it comes through flexible breaks, remote work, or non-traditional hours, we can prevent burnout, promote better mental health, and ultimately lead to a happier and healthier workforce. What would it look like if you had more control over your own schedule? With flexible hours or having access to 4 or even 3-day work weeks, you can make more time for yourself and do more with your life if giving these long breaks between work days. You could engage in some of your favorite hobbies or activities you didn't have time for before. You can just make more time to spend with your family. You could even just take time to recharge and take care of yourself. Why limit and commit ourselves to just one thing when we could maintain our passions on top of having successful and stable careers? People worry that flexible schedules can reduce productivity and negatively affect the profitability of companies, that without traditional structure of a 9-to-5 workday, employees might be less accountable or not complete their work on time. However, by reducing burnout and stress as a result of flexible schedules, employees can focus better and contribute more effectively during their working hours. And though there is a worry that flexible schedules may not be feasible in all industries or roles, it does not mean that flexibility can't be implemented in some form, whether through untraditional hours, telecommuting, or compressed work weeks. By finding creative solutions, organizations can ensure that both the needs of the business and the well-being of their employees are met. Now that we know the importance of flexibility, what can we do to make this shift a reality? It starts with taking action. The first step is to advocate for change within your own organizations and communities. Push for policies that prioritize the well-being of employees. I encourage employees to begin conversations with their peers, supervisors, or department heads. Despite varying circumstances, be a voice for those who might not have the same opportunity to express their concerns. Change begins with those who are willing to speak up. Reflect on your needs and how flexible schedules can enhance your life, both professionally and personally. Whether you need to adjust your hours to accommodate family responsibilities or simply need more time to recharge, don't be afraid to communicate your needs to your employer. You know what works best for you, and advocating for yourself can pave the way for change. As the demand of flexibility increases, more companies are recognizing the importance. Take the opportunity to seek out employers who already prioritize flexible work arrangements. Many organizations now offer remote work options, compressed work weeks, or flexible start and end times. If you are in a position to make a change in your career, consider companies that align with your values and offer the flexibility you need to support both your professional and personal growth. Lastly, stay informed about growing trends and workplace flexibility. Keep up to date with studies, news, and emerging business practices. The more you know about benefits and implementation of work arrangements, the better you can advocate for it in your own workplace or community. Staying informed will also help you understand the broader impact that flexible schedules can have both on employee well-being and organizational success, ensuring that you can make a well-informed case when pushing for change. By striving to move forward with these steps, I do believe that we can create a happier future for those who may be thinking on the bleaker side of things. Thank you.